I'm Isha Roy, and I'm here with actor-director Mr. Ravi Kapoor. Mr. Kapoor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it was such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So your film, Miss India America, is featured at the film festival here. Tell us a little bit about the film and what was the inspiration behind the making of the film?
Sure. Miss India America, the story is about Lily Prasad. She's 18 years old. She's graduating from high school, and she's super smart, and she's very competitive, and she's going to be a brain surgeon like her father. But then her boyfriend runs off with the current Miss India America beauty pageant queen. And so she decides that she herself is going to become the next Miss India National because she hates to lose at anything. And along the way, she learns that winning isn't everything, and maybe there are some more important things like family and friendship and love as well. And so it's a coming-of-age comedy, and it was inspired by my wife, who I wrote the film with, Meera Simhan. She used to be a beauty pageant contestant back in the day, and we were interested in exploring the idea of winning and ambition in the South Asian community in America. Because I think you meet a lot of second-generation South Asian people who are very, very driven, and they are very high achievers as well. And you kind of wonder, what is the trade-off with that ambition?
So what kind of feedback have you received from the audience with respect to your film?
You know, we've had a lot of people that have come up to us and said, God, I recognize that person, that's my daughter, that's my son, and I've seen them being so driven and ambitious, and they've been neglectful of other things. And so we've had a lot of people that have related to the film very, very, very closely.
So what inspired you to join the world of cinema?
You know, I started acting when I was 15, 16 years old back in England, and I just always felt a sense of kinship with the people involved in it, and I just loved the idea of telling stories, and it definitely gave me a sense of personality and a sense of objective, I think, telling stories.
So if you could collaborate with a filmmaker out there or an actor or actress you would like to work with, tell us about your dream collaboration.
Oh my God, I've never been asked that question before. You know, there are a lot of filmmakers who I love. There's a filmmaker who's done some very interesting films. There was a film called Buffalo '66, which is one of my favorite films, and it was done by a filmmaker called Vincent Gallo. And he's a crazy filmmaker, and he's done some terrible films and some amazing films. He's somebody who I would love to work with.
Okay, and so tell us something about your upcoming projects.
You know, right now it's all about writing, where both me and my wife are working together again. I'm working on a TV pilot and developing some features, so it's all still to be developed.
Okay, and you know, there's a lot of young Indian American aspiring filmmakers who want to make their mark known. What advice would you give to them to kind of move forward with their dreams?
You know, I think what's amazing right now is that I think mainstream American culture is ready for South Asian content. And so I would say tell your own stories, because if you look at television and you look at film, there is not only a market from South Asians themselves, but I think white America is very much more interested in hearing new points of view. So my advice is tell your own stories. We need to hear them.
And finally, tell us about your thoughts on the festival so far.
You know, so far I've really enjoyed the festival, and I think, you know, the DC South Asian Film Festival, along with many other South Asian film festivals, are very integral in terms of telling our stories, because if we didn't have venues to tell our stories, we'd probably be a little bit more reticent and a little bit more shy about getting on board and raising money and getting the actors together and making film, because it's not easy. And if we didn't have venues like DC South Asian Film Festival to help us find an audience, we wouldn't be as motivated.
Well, thank you so much, and wish you continued success with all your future projects.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.